obviously big offensive impact for you, but also on defense, having to guard their best player most of the night. What was that challenge like for you?
Actually, talking to my assistant coach Maya, we were excited for this game to see like how it was gonna go, and she still got some hard shots on me, and like she still got I don't know how many points, but like she scored, but like I don't know, I'm proud with my job, and also like my teammates also had me like as a team defense as well, so it was good. I was excited for the game, so.
Was one of the focuses just to make sure you guys bounced back after that loss?
Yes, but also like we no matter what, every game you try to win. So like of course after losing by 1 point against UMass, it was like we wanted to like get back to the rhythm. But we always like I honestly always believe in this team, so like it's nice to like.
Can you kind of talk about what the season's been like up to this point for you guys?
Yeah, well, like since non-conference or just conference. Well, at first we got like a new team, so like at first you try to figure things out, and then once we start conference and like got that streak of wins, I think that helped us a lot to like know what's good for us and what's working. So I don't know, just like trying to find like every player their spot and then like take advantage of it.
You guys didn't allow a single 3-pointer tonight. Was there an added emphasis guarding the 3-point tonight?
Sorry, are you talking about our defense or offense?
Defense.
Um, yeah, well, there are some shooters like we always say like get to shooters and then, especially this game, Maddie like stay connected to her so like she doesn't get easy shots.
I think at UMass, you played 38 minutes but didn't score. Tonight, had 16 points, one off your career high. What was the difference?
Just trying to be on the right spot, hitting and hit the shots, and then like be more aggressive as well.
I mean, obviously, it was a total team win. We were in foul trouble from the first possession. And so we utilized our bench tonight a lot. And they obviously, didn't score if you looked at it, but they certainly played pretty well for us, And so I'm certainly very pleased with our bench and the kids that had to step up more, like Tamar and Amber had to do more in that one stretch for us. It was a total team effort. That's why these kids, show up every day and work hard for those moments where they have opportunities to really contribute. Wait your turn, they did, And so, Ashton played almost 10 minutes. We had a number of kids that just played and just filled in. Emily Van Timmerman did well tonight. Shout out to Clara for guarding Morrison. She did a great job on her. It was just Macy, it was just a good team effort.
Coach, you're coming in following that loss to UMass. What was the locker room like heading into this game and the focus?
Really, we didn't make much of it. Uh, we really didn't even talk about it much. We did our little film session and we moved on. Did the best that you could do. There's no sense of dwelling on it. UMass beat us. No excuses. And you know, we took a tough one, but I think we learned from film. We were able to watch some things in film, but we didn't make too much of it. We had to move on. Central was a really good team. Credit to Coach Haney. I think she's a special coach, and um, their kids play hard. That's the first time I personally have beaten them. We've beaten them since I've been there. They seem to always just find a way, against us. And tonight we were able to, do some good things.
You mentioned the foul trouble early means you have to play different groups, different lineups together. You probably haven't seen much of this year. How you feel like the team did in dealing with that?
I thought they did awesome. We prep now every day, but we really just because you're trying to minimize the number of reps, we're not practicing with all those different types of lineups, and so we do a lot of 5-on-0. We did come back. We did practice in regards to scrimmage on Monday, which we typically don't do. I felt like we were rusty in some areas, and we needed to try harder to be a little more habitual in some things. And today I thought we were really aggressive in the ways that we wanted to be aggressive. And so, um, yeah,
Coach,
yes,
you
sir.
your team really did a great job limiting Maddie Morrison, particularly in the first half. But in the
Mm.
second half, look, most of her points ended up coming from free throws. Um, what was your defensive strategy guarding a tremendous scorer like Morrison?
I can't talk about that stuff here. I can say that we wanted to make everything hard, you know. I mean, we could very easily see her soon, so we can't talk too much about that stuff. But we just want to make a player like that. We just want to make them inefficient, and obviously, we have certain rules and things, and we just try to make it hard for her as best we could.
As far as overall mindset when all these fouls start coming in, like what are you telling the team as far as how to change their behavior, or just are you telling them just keep playing through, keep playing your
I'm
game?
both. Sometimes we got to change our behavior depending on how the game's called. We have to adjust, right? And sometimes some of the things we're doing are technical, right? So you're trying to coach them through certain things, even when they're on the bench, um, and remind them, give them some reminders. But then you're also like next man up. Nobody. We can't sit here and worry about it. Like, we had Tamara and Ilsa sitting a lot, and those other kids had to step up, and they did. And um, I give them credit. They stepped up and they were ready to go.
You probably like that second quarter.
Mhm.
What was that transition like from first to second quarter? What would you guys see there?
I'm trying to date back to there. Obviously, when we come over there, we talk about what we want to do offensively and where we're struggling defensively. Um, I felt like I just remember there was a bucket and there was a three ball to tie it, I think. And I just remember when we shrank that lead like that, I was like, we might go on a big run right here. I felt it. You could just feel the momentum shift, and you could just feel the confidence within the team, and really like once we figured out things got easier. I don't want to say easier. It just felt better, more comfortable in the second quarter, and because they're a heck of a team. We did a good job of just simply keeping them off the board. They had 18 offensive rebounds, but I feel like a lot of those were late, without Ilsa. But for the most part, throughout the game, we did a really solid job of just keeping them off the glass and making everything difficult for them.
Everybody good? No, go ahead, Jason.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe looking ahead a little bit, I know want to celebrate this win is a big win over a conference rival. Ball State coming into the building on Saturday. What's kind of the mindset going to that one? Any kind of early look ahead for that?
I try to be really, really honest. I honestly haven't even thought about it. I'll think about it tomorrow morning when I get into the building. Winning is so hard. And so I really try to appreciate it and be grateful for having, the opportunity to win. And so, as we move forward, I was just asked on the radio about it. I also don't want to make it bigger than it is, right? Like, it's another game. Regardless, we got to show up. Regardless, we got to play. But we have to do that every game. So whether it's Ball State, Akron, Central, like if you don't show up in this league with these coaches, like you're gonna get beat. And so, I try to do my best, our staff, to keep our team, grounded and focused the best we can, and have a pulse of what they need, whether I need to back off. And so, as we approach Ball State, they're a good team and they're well coached, and he's awesome, and so they're going to come in here. We obviously um, played well against them last time, and they probably feel like they didn't play well. They're going to come in here ready to go, and we need to be ready to go, and I expect us to be ready to go.